it's funny. So here's a question I meant to ask you, because we were talking about this yesterday when you were talking to the cops, right? And when you were talking to the cops, I'm one of those big people that's like I don't like just fucking like thin blue line, all cops are heroes, like, because I think that's a problem. But I'm also not one of those people like fuck all cops either. I'm one of those, like, depending on the situation, you know, some cops could be good, some cops will fight or take your guns.
I'm not gonna blindly throw my support behind any group, like, universe.
Exactly.
No.
But so you were talking to them now. What do you think? Do you think that they believed on what was going on inside, or you think they just wanted their pension to do their job? And look, they told me to come here.
Dude, it's just Uvalde. I mean, you know, their chief, whatever their police chief says, they're going to stand down, you know? And so, like, they didn't have any sergeant telling them what to do. So they just didn't want to go and shut it down. And in you know, case it was some sort of homophobic thing, you know what I mean? They didn't want to freaking even risk being judged trying to shut it down. But yeah, the thin blue line, all that stuff. I love how people like cheerlead the cops, and when the cops will close your business down, close your church down, the cops are not. I mean, they're not our friend unless they give you a pass on a speeding ticket or some crap. But that's
the cops didn't run into the school, but they did run into that fucking bar that tried to open when the COVID lockdown. Remember that? But we played that on the show. They had like a fucking SWAT. The fucking local police had a SWAT out there going to stop a bar because he was like, "I'm not going to shut down. I need to make money." But so yeah, no, you're right, and I think a lot of people, like, I always say this, it's like a lot of people, I think we got kind of fooled, right? When you think of like after 2001, after 9/11, right? Everyone was like, you know, so scared, and that's how the Patriot Act gets passed, and everyone's, you know, all terrified. Like, yeah, no, whatever, just keep us safe, just keep us safe. And everyone's like, thin blue line, all cops are heroes, and you know, those men went out there to die, and the military, and oh man, dude, the conservatives used to simp for corporations all the time. A lot of this is something that people don't want to admit. A lot of that's our fault. Like, a lot of the reason these corporations are fucking now, because we thought they were going to be our friends, but they weren't our friends. They're the friends of whoever's the fuck's in power, and now they're the ones that are kicking you off, getting you fired, apologizing. They all have pride flags now and all this, and now they're trying to end your life. And it's the same thing with the cops. It's like, thin blue line, we support you. Okay, there's a shooting, go in the school. Oh no, we're not going to go in there. There's somebody shooting. You're a cop.
Yeah. The only way we're going to storm that school is if that fucking unarmed mother goes into that school to get her kids.
Yeah, they would have stormed the school if there was a January 6th protester in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and speaking of January 6th, I mean, we can't say much about that, but I mean, everybody's complaining that Fox News isn't covering it. I mean, literally, these people that are championing, like the police, they're the FBI, these alphabet agencies, weaponized against our own people. I mean, there's no need for the CIA. It's ridiculous.
The CIA, there's no need for a lot of three-letter agencies, in my fucking opinion, you know?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Well, if we don't have the three-letter agencies, then who's going to murder all these children and set them on fire?
Oh, that's a really good point.
Are you going to do it? Hey, Alex, are you going to do it?
No, you're right.
I guess, you know, we need some of these agencies around.
But that's why I laugh.
The heroes.
I laugh when I see people like, you know, Hannity wearing a CIA pin and an FBI pin going like, these agencies. I'm like, then take the pin off, bud. You know, I don't want to hear it.
Dude, and they all simp for those things. He wants to wear the pin. I mean, we're screwed when we actually put those people in charge. But, dude, y'all remember it wasn't that long ago, Occupy Wall Street, all these liberal freaks were anti-establishment. And now they're all like, oh, I love the establishment. $80 more billion to Ukraine, please. Man.
Yeah, no, dude, it's so fucking hilarious, and it's the same thing. We always talk about it, but it's like, because you just got kicked off of Twitter, and it's like now all the fucking lefties turn into Ron Paul the moment you go, man, you know, kicking off people off of Twitter takes your free speech away. Like, it's a private company, man. They could do what they want. I'm like, oh, so now, Mr. Occupy Wall Street, they're a private company that can do whatever they want.
Wait, hang on. Elon Musk might buy Twitter. I'm suddenly not okay with a private company now.
Yeah.
Controlling the. Wait a minute.